Happy Purnima, this is the moon, and I'm observing the moon rise. And I just want to tell you guys the benefits of connecting with the moon. So when you connect with the moon, the full moon, or any phase of the moon that it's in, you can become more calm, more grounded, more meditative as well. The moon deals with calm, cool, collected energy, focused energy. It also helps those who know how to use it in order to manifest or to create. Essentially, the moon works like a magnet. So whatever you hold within yourself and you would like to attract more of to yourself, the full moon is a great time to do that. You can also release during the full moon and attract better things to yourself depending on what you want. But the moon's energy is extremely powerful in its own way. So it acts as a magnet or a mirror or a reflector. It doesn't actually emit any of its own light. It derives light from the sun. So in the same way, it needs, like support. For example, any single place that the moon lies in your birth chart, any house that the moon is placed in, will show a significant need for support in that house. It's also very feminine energy. So for example, I have my moon placed in my 11th house of Taurus. So the 11th house is the house of friends and networks and the public audience, and so I get support from the public. I get support from audiences, and I kind of like need support from networks and things like that. That's just kind of how I am, 11th house is like friends, basically. So I get my support from friends and things like that, like emotional support. I also have let's not get into my chart, but yeah, so wherever the moon is placed in your birth chart will show a need there for illumination, for supporting planet, which in this case would be the sun. And you can look at sun-moon conjunctions within your birth chart as well. I actually do have a birth chart report feature that you can get from me, and I'll do your birth chart. It's going to be in the link down below of this video, or wherever this video is going. I think I'm going to post this on Instagram as well, so it's going to be in the link in my bio. Working with the moon changed my life personally because it allowed for me to become more calm as a person and more feminine as well, and more meditative as well. The moon is also the mind. So, wherever your moon is placed in your specific big three houses will show kind of the condition of the mind. And the moon is also the mom. So you can see how they're connected, right? Like the way that you were brought up, because we are all born from our mother. So it shows just kind of like how you think, and it shows where you need support. See what I mean? And so, yeah, the energy of the moon is feminine and watery. For example, I have my moon in Taurus, so that just shows what moon in Taurus would be, and that shows how my mind operates. My mind operates like a Taurus. So yeah, it's a very primitive example and way of explaining that, but you can look at your own chart to see where your moon is if you like to. So the way that I work with the full moon is varying, like it depends on every full moon. But I get a lot of power from the moon. I find that I'm more psychic. I find that my psychic senses improve. I find that my energy goes up. I have good energy around the full. It just depends as well, of course. Like I would actually more so say that energy is heightened around the full moon. And so with this heightened energy, it could be positive or negative, right? So depending on just kind of how you have been recently, or how your life is going, or what maybe you need to improve within your life, the full moon can also show you that if you study yourself in detail. This is why I recommend journaling, right? Constantly, just to get your mind out and see study yourself, just to see the inner workings of yourself and to see how you operate, so you can operate even better for what you want to create and who you want to become. So yes, like I said, my practices vary. They involve definitely prayer, introspection, gratitude, meditation. Sometimes they also involve me recalibrating, like getting back to my good energy and solitude as well. I prefer to be alone around full moons, just because I'm working with the moon. So yes, and when I say working with the moon, I just simply mean that you're healing, you're working to heal, you're working to release, you're working to do as God is guiding you to do, and you are working with Chandra, which is the moon, which is God's energy as well. Chandra means moon in Sanskrit, and Krishna says that of all planets, I am the moon planet. So yeah, it's really beautiful. Krishna's moon is also in Taurus, which is interesting. And moon in Taurus is exalted, by the way. I'm not going to talk about my chart. Let's not go there. But yeah, so meditation is extremely powerful during this time. So if you would like to start meditating, but you haven't yet, the full moon is the best time to try to begin meditation or meditative practice, simply because you can harness the energy of the moon and allow for it to help you. It's easier to meditate during the full moon, and yeah, I also enjoy moon gazing a lot as well. I find that it's very healing. Just like the light of the moon is unlike any other light, really. Just like sunlight is unlike any other light, right? So in the same but opposite way, the moonlight is like that. So when we bathe under the guise of the full moon, we can absorb a lot of healing energy, a lot of prana, a lot of life force energy. I have seen it revitalize my skin. I have seen it revitalize my blood pressure. Basically, it helps with that as well. Through moon meditation, I have become less of an anxious individual as well. So yeah, and it's nature. So it's just reconnecting with yourself. For our far removed culture, this may be unrealistic or out there or not that common to moon gaze, or to these things are seen as kind of cultish, when in reality they're natural, and they've been presented to you as cultish for the reason that you don't actually go and do these practices. Because when we are tapped into our natural state, we are tapped into our inner power, and that does not really sit well with any infrastructure that is trying to control us as a human race. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this informational video on the moon and my personal practices on what I do. If you would like to get a chart from me and see your moon placement, you can do so in the link in my bio or at the description of this video. I love you guys so much. Be sure to like, comment, all the things. Yeah. Happy full moon. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you do something fun, and tell me what you're gonna do. I want to know. Tell me in the comments what you're gonna do. If you have any plans, or if you have any plans now after watching this. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.